Have you ever felt like you're just constantly running on empty, but life just keeps demanding more and more of you? You're not sure whether you're headed for a midlife crisis or a midlife burnout. Let me tell you, you're not alone. My name is Jenny, and I want to welcome you to my channel, and we're going to talk about ways to take better care of yourself to head off that burnout and to actually thrive in this midlife season and beyond. Today, we're going to talk about 5 different areas of self-care, and I want you to follow along with me and think about how are you doing in this area and where's some room for improvement, because we can all improve in small areas. And this is no big overhaul, it's tiny steps. So imagine this, you're going through the grocery store making sure to check off all the things on your list, and you bump into an old friend who asks you that common question, how are you? And if you're like the rest of us, you quickly answer, oh, I'm good. I've been real busy. And maybe you give a few highlights of something that's happened in your life or something your kids are doing. If we really think about it, this is just a surface level interaction. Are we truly expressing maybe how exhausted or frustrated or just out of sync we're feeling? Or are we just sticking to the script that we've already rehearsed? This brief encounter is all too common, yet it perfectly illustrates the struggles of being a midlife woman. You're juggling the daily demands, trying to cope with the hormonal roller coaster that's perimenopause to menopause, and pretending that everything is okay. So I'm going to ask you another question. How are you really? Take a breath and really focus on what that answer might be. No one's listening but just us. How are you really? How are you dealing with the roller coaster of changing hormones? How are you balancing your work and home life? How are things really feeling to you? I think it's really common for we as women to put everyone else's needs ahead of our own. We forget to focus on ourselves. So when I say self-care, what do you think of? For me, at first, I think of the Instagram highlights of a mani-pedi or a nice massage. Now, I love those things, but that is not all what self-care is. So the 5 areas we're going to think about: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and even professional self-care. In all these different areas, I bet some of them you're doing well and some of them maybe could use a little work. So let's get started. Now, the first one is your physical self-care, and it's more than perfecting your diet or hitting the gym. It's really taking care of your body. And in midlife, this is especially important because I really feel like we get to this point and we're at a crossroads. If we're not intentionally taking care of our health, then our health is starting to slip. And this is where the decisions we make decide how we age. So maybe this looks like going to bed on time and getting enough good sleep. Maybe it's eating your vegetables and crowding out some of that processed food that's not doing us any favors. Maybe it's doing things that are fun to kind of lower that stress level, or even taking a walk to just manage your breathing and to calm down. And yes, of course, it's moving your body, building a body to grow old in, muscle and stamina. How are you doing in these areas? Where's somewhere you need to make a slight improvement, and where are things you're doing well on? It's important to recognize the good things you're doing and not beat yourself up for what you need to improve on. If you need some ideas for some basic physical self-care habits, check the caption below. I have a spring habit guide that'll help you get started. So then we get into mental self-care. Our minds need a break just as much as our bodies do. We are on constant information overload. We never escape the emails, the texts, the phone calls, the screens. They're always bombarding us. I almost longingly look back at time before technology took over because we had more time to just think. I remember as a kid, I got time to be bored. Really, when was the last time you allowed yourself to be bored? I know, it's been a while. So think of ways to unplug and let your mind rest or daydream or just wander. Reading a book just for pleasure. Writing in a journal, putting your thoughts and ideas in there. Trying something new or learning something new. Noticing your thoughts and feelings. Accepting help. and learning to say no that is a complete sentence. So focus on one of those things that you can work on this next week to give your mind a break. And you'll notice that when you take some of that downtime, you actually get more creative and have more focus when you get back to it. Okay, so you've taken care of your physical needs. You're starting to give your mind a little break, maybe some downtime off of technology. Now let's deal with some of those emotions. In that perimenopause to menopause season, this can be quite a touchy area. Our emotions are going on that roller coaster ride with our hormones. So this is important to really focus on how to take care of yourself in this area. This might look like spending time with people you actually enjoy. You know, the ones that fill your cup, you feel better after spending time with them. Talking to a therapist can always be good. Giving yourself self-affirmations and praise. Because let's face it, no one else is clapping for us, so it's time to celebrate those small wins. And that's why, as we're going through this, I want you to really celebrate the things you're doing well. Do things that comfort you, that make you feel good, or go to places that give you that good feeling. A coffee shop with a friend, or time outside, something that makes you feel better. And then express your feelings. Laugh more. Go ahead and cry. Feel that anger instead of suppressing those emotions and being that good little girl we were taught to be. It's okay to express it in a healthy way. And then after you've got your emotional self-care down, let's move into that spiritual self-care. As a Christian, this is especially important to me. I like to spend time in prayer, talking with God, reading my Bible, interacting with my church community. And if you don't have that, I hope that you'll search that spiritual meaning out for yourself. You can do this also through meditation, nature walks, volunteering for a cause you really believe in, and just personal reflection. I think this is so important to getting connected with our spiritual selves, to find that purpose and meaning in life, and to start working on the legacy that we want to create. And then finally, probably the thing that maybe is stressing us out the most, our professional self-care. How can you make your work life more satisfying and less stressful? Maybe setting boundaries. Maybe it's engaging with coworkers, taking breaks. Or it could even be a career change to something that excites you more now in this season. Find ways to have that balance of your professional life and the rest of your life. So how are you really? Self-care is not a luxury, and it's also not a one-time task. It's a continuous journey. What small step are you willing to take this week to take better care of yourself? Thanks for watching, and if this video was helpful, please hit like and subscribe and share with a friend. Let's not just grow older, let's grow bolder and wiser together.